Hello everybody, I'd like to welcome you to part 10 of this sculpting project where I'm making a piranha plant. In this video I'm going to show you how I finished up the last little pieces to this. I got the bottom leaves done. Here's one right here. This is probably the coolest one. I have it set up to where it's going to appear as if it's propping himself up on the side of the pipe, which is pretty cool. And then this one right here, pretty simple, just going up and out. And I deliberately twisted the leaf part to show more of the face of the leaf. I thought that would give it more of a better look. And the pipe. This is where the piranha plant lives. In case you don't know, all piranha plants live in a pipe, usually a green pipe. So I'm going to be showing you how I painted this. I thought I would include that in the video. But anyhow, let's get started. For this paint job, I'm using lime green acrylic paint, and I'm applying it on with my airbrush here. And I still can't do fine details. I can't get it to work right, but this is pretty much like painting the broad side of a barn. There's really no way I can mess this up. So it turned out pretty good, lucky for me. I try to get at least 3 or 4 coats of paint on here so you wouldn't see any gray areas in between, but it turned out pretty good. For those of you that don't remember, this pipe started off as a can of sliced, I do believe it was pineapple. It was a Dole's can of fruit, and I think it's come a long way since it was a can of fruit. First I want to get a good idea of how the 2 leaves are right now, the little ones. I'm making a mental note that the left one goes out and the right one kind of just points up. Okay, so I definitely don't want to copy that for the bottom ones. I'm using the same design for this armature that I used for the top leaves. So what I want to do here is just want to bend these into a good shape. And I made sure the stalk is plenty long enough so I can embed this, which will most likely be some kind of cement. What I'm envisioning here is that maybe this one right here is leaning over and holding on to the pipe, and maybe this one can kind of just go out. So to do this, I'm going to have it bend over and then have an angle here maybe. And then I'm going to use my thumb to kind of bend this so I got something like this. I'm keeping in mind that my plant is rather wide, the base to the plant, so I don't have much room here. And now for the other one, I'll just do a little bit of a curve to this. Like this. I made a little impression into the clay using the wire. For this part of the video, I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing I did in the last video in this series, Piranha Plant Part 9. Just a reminder, these pieces of clay right here were rolled out on the pasta machine on setting 5, half the full thickness, and I'm just doing all the details and stuff on it. Now I do want to add that wrapping this in the sheet form like I normally do, it wasn't as easy because these stalks are bent, especially this one. It was a nightmare. I had to actually cut it in several pieces to do it. I probably should have rolled it into a snake and just wrapped it that way. It probably would have been a little easier for me. And I wanted to make the base of these stalks a little thicker to, you know, make it to where it wasn't so bland all the way down. It was the same thickness. So I just added some strips on there to try to thicken it up a little bit. And then I wound up adding even more clay, wrapping it. and then putting my leaves on, pinching it all the way around to make it look, give it the illusion that it's not as thick, whereas in reality it's the full thickness of the polymer clay pasta machine. This is to add durability, you know, so it's not so thin and could break so easily. But there it is, pretty much. One thing I wanted to ask, the next video I'll be setting this, I'll be assembling these pieces together, and I was thinking maybe I could use maybe cement or concrete to set these pieces. Here's the thing, the Piranha Plant's heavy. The head of the Piranha Plant is quite heavy, and the can is, you know, hollow and very light. So, and I'm not gonna really be like sending this out or trying to sell it or anything, because there is a crack, a minor crack on one of the sides. So I'm not really worried about the weight of this. But I figured if I filled it up with concrete, it would counter the weight of the head, and it should be pretty much fine after that. But I just wanted to know what y'all guys think. You think it's a good idea to use concrete? You think it'll be hard to set those pieces in it? I only have 2 hands and there's 3 parts that go in there. But anyhow, that's pretty much it for this video. Only one more video left in this demonstration, and then we'll be having a final reveal. Looking forward to that. I really appreciate you guys for checking it out, and looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you here again soon.